Hello everyone, this is Mike with Elara Healthcare. I wanted to take a couple minutes to talk about medications in our system. You can see here I'm looking at patient J. Andrews, medical record number 596. You can see this up here in the header. I'm looking at their active meds by default, so this is the profile. You notice that some of these are supplements as well as medications. So we have a 270,000 library of medications and supplements, and you can pretty much find anything you need, including all the varieties of doses and routes, right? So from the active med profile, if I want to see anything that's been discontinued, I can uncheck that box, and now I've got discontinued meds as well. By default, nobody really needs to see those unless you're going back over history, so we leave it defaulted to active. Again, I've got a check question mark here that I can give you a help document right away. But I wanted to go into one of these to show you how this works inside our system. You notice we've got a couple of options here for medication fills. So if you wanted to put a fill in where you got a one-off from your pharmacy and you wanted to log it here for your claims, I could come in here, open up my fills page, and it's going to ask you to add a new fill, and it's going to say, hey, I'm putting this NDC in, I got it from this RX, this pharmacy, etc., right? So you can go and put them by hand. We also have an import on the fills side of the administration page where I can put all of my monthly fills in for your claims. We also have an MAR for if you're doing any pediatric hospice, you can track the actual administration of the meds through this box over here. So right now I wanted to go into one of these meds just to kind of show you how easy it is on our form. So now I'm in the edit record. I've got a couple different options. As you can see here, I've got related to diagnosis. It's a comfort medication. It does use an infusion pump. So this is important for your claims because you do have to list infusion pumps on your claims. So if this is a med for infusion pumps, you can certainly check it off, and we'll add it to the claim automatically. So you can see here I've got dosage and order dates, administered dates. It's needed immediately, ordered by, you can have that physician in there, the route oral, right? So a lot of these fields will be filled out based on the medication I select. So if I use this search binoculars right here, I'm going to get a couple different lists. If I want to just search for something in the library, for example, I could go Tylenol 300, put it up here in my search box, hit search, and it's going to search 270,000 medications and bring back anything with Tylenol in it, and 300. However, you've got a couple different lists you can set up, right? So frequently used is the list of medications most frequently used at your facility. So morphine sulfate is a good example of this. It's obviously part of comfort kits, so it's going to be used a lot and it's going to populate into this list, so it's easy to grab. You also have a list that's hospice selected, right? So in your library, you can go and find 10 to 20 medications that you use all the time that are part of your admission orders or whatnot. You can set them as hospice selected, and then they're going to populate in this list. So we have two different ways to get you to shortcuts as well as looking for the whole library. So once you find the one you're looking for, you can click on it. It will populate in this box here. And if the dosage and the route are in the library, which most of them are, it will populate a couple of these boxes for you, right? You have a reason box down here, definitely one that auditors are looking at these days, and any side effects that are a result of the medication could be listed here. And then you'll notice at the bottom, as typical with any of our order forms, we have the verbal and signed orders as well as the discontinue orders, okay? As I mentioned in previous videos, if you have a physician that would like to sign the order directly in the system, then you can give them a login. The physician can come in and sign the order right here, and CMS will acknowledge that as a valid e-signature. Otherwise, you have to get a printout of the order and have a signature done at IDT. You can also do that back on the med list page using our RX form. So I can click all of these off. I can click my RX form. I can use this to get an individual order, or I can send this off to a pharmacy So I've got places for signature down here from the attending. I've got, as well as I can send this off to a pharmacy of mine if they take orders over email. We don't cover the narcotics, as you need a license and federal approval to do all that, but for everything else, we can cover that through the system. And one last piece, you can also track when you send this RX form off to the pharmacy. If I do a track fax on this order right here, what it's going to do is going to save a notification of it as of today, and I can hit save and go ahead and do that. And what it's going to do is it's going to track that I sent a fax today. Your fax record was created, and back on this page, it says that I faxed it to John Dunn's office on 10/15. So you now have a record of all of these that you have faxed. Obviously, if it's one you haven't sent over and you didn't include it, it's not going to have these dates here. Okay. There are a lot more functionality inside of our system. That I'll leave that for another video. But if you have questions, you'd like to reach out, you can reach me at mmessagie@elaraemr.com. That's mmessagie at elaraemr.com. Or you can reach us through our contact form on our public website. Otherwise, have a good day. Thanks.